Welcome back. We're doing another video here on solving systems, this time by substitution. So I just wanted to bring you back to the idea of substituting values into equations to begin with. And to do that, we're just going to look for a y value here, okay, in an equation where we already know the x value. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sub x equals 3 into this equation. I'll have to write that equation out, so I'm just going to label it 1 and then say sub into 1. So let's do that. We've got 3 times, now instead of the x, we know x is equal to 3. So wherever you see an x, you can replace it with the value 3. We're going to add 12y to that, and we know that that equals 21. So now it's just a matter of simplifying. 9 plus 12y is equal to 21. Subtract 9 from both sides. You get 12y is equal to 12. Divide both sides by divide both sides by 12 to get y, and you get y equals 1. So what we know is that 3, 1 is on the line 3x plus 12y equals 21. So that's what you can conclude from doing that. Now we're going to extend that to the idea of solving systems. We're looking for a point that's not only on one of the lines, but on both of those lines. So we've got 2 lines here. It says solve the following system without graphing. So we learned how to do it by graphing in the last video. And in this one, we're just going to use that idea of finding out something that y is worth, and then putting it into the other equation, and then solving for what's missing. So let's label these 1 and 2, because that's going to save us a lot of grief later. And this is telling me what 2x minus y is worth. Well, I don't want to know that. I want to know what y is worth. Because once I know what y is worth, I can put it in this equation for y and figure out what x is worth. So I'm going to rearrange this equation by adding y to both sides. So I get 2x minus y plus y is nothing, so equals 4 plus y. And then I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides on this, and I'm going to end up with 2x minus y. Oh, sorry, made a mistake there. Let's back it up. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, so 2x minus 4 is equal to y. So now I want to take what y is worth, this thing here, and put it in for y here, which is exactly what we just did. Remember, x is just a number, so it's just holding the place of a number until you can plug it in, which means this whole expression is just a number, and anything you can do with the number then you could do with this expression. So let's take this expression and sub it in for y. Now how do we write that so it's not confusing? We say sub equation 1, because that's where this came from, into equation 2. Okay, so we're going to end up with 4x plus 2x minus 4 equals 9. Now we're just simplifying. 4x plus 2x is 6x's minus 4 equals 9. We're going to add 4 to both sides, and you're going to get 6x is equal to 13. Now we're going to divide both sides by 6, and we're going to end up with x is equal to 13 over 6. Well, that's great. We know what the x value is now that for the point of intersection, but we don't know what the y point is. So we have to make one more step here in order to figure this out. So let's take this value for x, and we're going to sub it back into one of the equations. Now it doesn't matter which one you choose, because both of them should have this point on it, because that's the whole point here. We're trying to find the simultaneous solution. So I'm just going to pick the easier one. So let's sub x equals 13 over 6 into equation 1. Okay. I bring this all down here so it's a little easier to follow. So I've got 2x. So instead of x, I'm going to write 13 over 6 minus y equals 9. Okay, and we just have to solve this now. I'm going to multiply the 2 in. There's lots of ways you can do this. I got 26 over 6 minus y equals 9. And then I'm going to multiply everything by 6 to get rid of the fraction. 26 minus 6y equals 54. I'm going to subtract 26 from both sides. 6y equals 54 minus 26, okay, which is going to be 28. So minus 6y, divide both sides by 6, negative 6. And y is going to be equal to, well, this doesn't divide perfectly, so what we should do is just, we'll reduce this a little bit. So we got minus 14 over 3. And so that gives us our solution. The solution then, so therefore, the point of intersection is equal to 13 over 6 minus 14 over 3. Okay, and that's really all there is to the method of substitution. On occasion, you're going to get situations where instead of just having a y like this, there'll be a coefficient in front of it. Don't forget to distribute that coefficient into the bracket.